some people may not be as, prepared, I'll go with courageous, to take that stand, to say what needs to be said, to feel the potential wrath, maybe lose their job over what they say. What is your advice?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, there are social, political, and vocational costs to speaking out. I wish there was no retribution or no punishment for these things. So I think I'm not just going to pretend that that's not something that you should consider, because, I'm a freelance journalist who's made a lot of success, a lot of headlines, carving out this specific niche. But for other people where they're not profiting off of going against the narrative, and for them going against the narrative could be unprofitable, you have to make those considerations. And if it means that you end up losing your ability to put food on the table, then I'm not going to, from my place, judge you for not speaking out. But if you're able to, and sense that there is some room where it wouldn't be directly a punishment to you or to your family for speaking out, then I would encourage people to speak their minds and to be a voice of reason in a more and more ideologically uniform kind of conversation at universities, at big tech, a lot of companies in Silicon Valley and whatnot. It's becoming more and more difficult to cut against the narrative. And so we need more people that are going to speak out and are going to actually try to have an honest, rational conversation. And I think appealing to people's rational faculties and actually bringing reason to the table, as opposed to just some kind of angry right-wing, anti-woke backlash, I think could be very helpful, because I think people are reasonable at the end of the day. And, even if you don't convince somebody who's thoroughly immersed in that left-wing cancel culture, social justice warrior mindset, then maybe you can still move an inch forwards with that person and slowly bring closer and closer to reality, even if it's not overnight.
Hey, Slater Crusaders, our latest special here on The First, meaning the First Amendment, freedom of speech, is about freedom of speech under attack. Alex Jones. Why was Alex Jones found guilty? What did he do exactly? Doesn't he also have freedom of speech? No. And if he doesn't, then you don't. We'll talk to one of his lawyers with the true story of that. We're also going to talk to someone who was canceled, what it did to his life, what it did to his family, and his advice for the rest of us. That special is available now, right here on The First TV. You can download the app for free as well at thefirsttv.com.